dripping with sex appeal, radiating their masculinity, and always on top of their game. A high-value man has it all. A true high-value man is easy to spot from miles away. Perhaps you'd find one in a restaurant, subtly and chivalrously settling the bill. You might see him on the streets, impeccably dressed and oozing so much charisma that you'd be right to call him magnetic. They're a magnet for everyone, but especially for women. When you see him, we're sure you're asking the same question as the rest of us. What does he have that I don't? Don't worry. We're here to answer that age-old question. Keep watching to find out how high-value men get any women obsessed with them. Number 1. Less is more. You know the saying, empty vessels make the most noise? Yeah, tattoo that into your brain. Just because a high-value man can talk and walk the walk doesn't mean he'll continuously do it. Just imagining it makes us shudder. If he did that, he'd just be another average Joe vying for attention. You have to remember, a high-value man is someone who knows his own worth. He knows he doesn't have to constantly entertain and produce cheap laughs to prove his value. He's calm, he's collected, he's cool, until he isn't. Let's put it this way. Have you ever seen a jaguar hunting? A high-value man is like a jaguar. He stalks his prey, watching them calmly. He observes their every move before making one of his own. And then he strikes. If you want to be like him, you must practice the art of meditation and self-restraint, jumping at the slightest of provocations, talking endlessly without any real substance, and simply putting on a good show while remaining empty. That's the exact opposite of the essence of a high-value man. Instead, we suggest you ignore the masses who yell and scream for attention and move at a comfortable pace. A silent man can stop chaotic conversations with a few mere words. He demands the listener's attention. So take a leaf out of his book and don't talk a mile a minute from now on. Develop nerves of steel. Pro tip: this will help immensely with the ladies. After all, who doesn't love a man of few words? Number 2. Damn, he's smooth. When he does speak, it's always to deliver something important. The most noticeable thing about a high-value man is his charming, silky way of talking, or so the ladies say. Befriending strangers is an easy task for a high-value man. He might as well be running a hot knife through butter each time he opens his mouth, because, wow, does he slice through any surface tension and put you at ease. Now you might think this is easy, but it's anything but. To do this, you must first be well-read and educate yourself about a vast variety of commonplace topics. Devour literature about topics that interest you and are a green light for you in conversations. With this incredibly high consumption of knowledge, you'll naturally develop fluency and confidence to back you anytime you speak. It is this confidence and this wealth of knowledge that makes a high-value man, well, simply put, high value. These conversational skills ensure that he is great with the ladies, too. We all know women love to talk. They do it for hours. It's akin to a superpower at this point. So when a high-value man puts effort and time into honing his conversational skills, he isn't simply looking to just talk a big game. He's meticulously preparing the tools of his trade. So if you want the women around you to look forward to spending time with you and flock around you, you better work for it. Number 3. Level up. A man's value is defined by his sheer force of will. If you desire to be a high-value man, you've got to get one thing straight. There's no shortcut. You must put in the hours. Dedicate time and energy towards upskilling yourself. Farm experience, as the gamers say, till you're leveled up enough to confront your fears and puff your chest up with pride. A high-value man knows the world is constantly changing around him, and to move with the times, he must keep himself on his toes. He ensures he's the best at what he does, whether that's a job working as a corporate lawyer or just him starting his own side hustle. This doesn't have to be a chore. You don't have to be a jack of all trades. You can simply pick out a few things that interest you and develop them accordingly. And though you're working hard for yourself, having multiple skills certainly doesn't harm your chances of becoming more appealing to women. Basically, you gotta add some spice to your rice. A little extra bit of character and grit never hurt anyone. Number 4. He is an honorable man. The most enticing characteristic of a high-value man has got to be his honesty and integrity. He will navigate through the various challenges of life while staying true to his principles. To a high-value man, all people are equal and hence deserving of respect. This is incredibly effective because by giving respect, you get it back. It really is that simple. People around you notice your demeanor and your nature more than you think they do. Every move you make has an impact on those around you, so think carefully about your choices. If you're kind and courteous to people, they'll mirror it back and remember you fondly. This helps boost your social image. Women love a man who is thoughtful, so this is one of the reasons why a high-value man is so sought after. He who doesn't care for the flow of the masses and makes informed decisions based on his principles is he who succeeds. That should be in the textbook. It is his authenticity and trustworthiness that makes a high-value man so appealing to women. They feel safe in the belief that he will stand his ground when faced with injustice towards himself or others. Additionally, it also ensures that a man will not betray them and stay true to them. This feeling of being protected by a man's strength of character is highly desired by women looking for potential partners, since it's a rare quality nowadays. Bottom line, women don't like liars. You do well to remember that. Number 5. Hide and seek. A high-value man knows the importance of setting up a good chase. Most women enjoy this flirtatious game of push and pull, and a high-value man plays it best. He knows that to pique a woman's interest, you have to hand her a puzzle she can spend hours over without figuring it out. But wait up before you rush to the nearest children's toy store, because this puzzle is actually you. The mysterious, dreamy guy is a fan favorite among women's fantasies. Straight facts. Women love a man who is impassive, intriguing, and most importantly, presenting a challenge of some sort. Women love a good conquest just as much as the next man, and a truly high-value man is exactly that, a difficult challenge. By being tough to crack, a high-value man can maintain a woman's interest for longer periods of time. Think about it. If someone who is aloof and cold suddenly offered you warmth and comfort, wouldn't that absolutely just make your day? It makes you feel special. There's nothing more satisfying to women than feeling like they're the only ones who got to see a special, unique side of you. And that, lads, is the carrot and stick approach done best. A high-value man will give out just enough attention and affection to keep her hooked, so she keeps coming back for more. Keep in mind that this method is dual-edged, meaning it can backfire. Women who don't value themselves and are less willing to put in work to get what they want might lose interest and drift away. But we all know that's not really a big loss. So all's well that ends well. Number 6. Test her limits. A high-value man knows the importance of adding fun to a relationship. He will gently provoke a woman to elicit a response, so he can keep things from going stale. The art of teasing someone is delicate and requires trust, patience, and confidence. All these skills were discussed earlier separately, and once you've mastered them, you can combine them to create a new skill: teasing and flirting. A high-value man keeps a woman on the edge of her seat so she doesn't get bored. Play fighting or teasing is an effective way of doing that. Pushing a woman's buttons lets her know you're comfortable around a little conflict and aren't afraid of challenging her. Women love it when men test them, since it helps establish boundaries and explore new waters together. It's a great way to strengthen a relationship, so a high-value man will bring excitement and growth to his relationships, which adds to his overall charm. Of course, this doesn't mean we advise going around picking fights with the women around you. That's downright harassment. Teasing is essentially just affectionately and playfully provoking someone. That's why this tactic can only be employed once you've established a relationship of mutual trust and comfort. Number 7. Locked and loaded. Well, not literally. We mean to say that a high-value man is financially stable. He has his life planned and his business in order, which is a very attractive quality to have. Being on top of your game doesn't mean you have to chase stacks of cash, leaving everything else aside. But a high-value man is someone who succeeds at what he does, being more than capable of providing for himself and his loved ones. That doesn't make you materialistic or shallow in anyone's books. If you dedicate yourself towards excelling in your personal and private life, you will eventually see results somewhere down the line. And with those results will come rewards. If you're interested in learning more about the ladder to success, click on our next video.